Hey there guys, this is really weird for me because I've never done anything in this style before. You'll probably see some video about like Counter-Strike or something at the moment, but honestly, I just want to talk about something that has cropped up in these past couple of days. It's about a YouTuber called Riceman. Both Pyrocynical and Leafy have talked about him before, and it's from these two people in which I actually sort of discovered what he was doing. So I'll start off with an introduction of who he actually is. Riceman is this YouTube pranker from the US who specializes in like pranks and social experiments, and sort of like, pranks in the hood, pranks gone sexual, all that sort of stuff. That whole YouTube trend, which I really don't understand because, you go into the hood and you try and do a prank, you're gonna end up getting the crap beaten out of you. But that's an entirely different matter. In this particular situation, Riceman created a really bad prank on April 1st. If I remember correctly, it was called Suicide by Hanging Prank on Mum, April Fool's Prank. And this prank was Riceman in the middle of his room, and he pretended to hang himself in front of his mother, who reacted in what I would consider a, if not scripted, but kind of understandable way, in that she supposedly fainted, which personally I believe is the sort of kind of like usual reaction that you would expect from someone like this, especially if it was your own son. Of course, she was going to be horrified because his son apparently hung himself, and that caused a massive reaction wherein Riceman got up and said that it was a prank. So pretty much what went through his mother's head when this happened: obviously there was instant grief and total shock. The emotional pain from that shock, if it wasn't scripted, must have been absolutely extraordinary. I mean, personally, I would never be able to sort of understand or comprehend that, not until I have a son or a daughter of my own. So I just wanted to speak about what happened to me. So pretty much the whole reason why I'm sort of so passionate about this subject is that my brother actually hung himself a couple of years ago. He was battling with depression for years and nobody knew about it. Tried to hide it, and obviously there's this culture of men being masculine and all that sort of stuff, so he never actually went out and sought help, and ultimately the pressure got to him one day, and unfortunately he did pass away in this aspect. I mean, it's unbelievable what happened to me. I mean, I found out about the news, I couldn't eat for days, I couldn't function, I was in the middle of sort of exams and I had a group project going on and all this sort of stuff, and genuinely I could not function. I mean, it's just one of those moments in time where the whole world shuts down. Kind of feels like absolutely everything has sort of ended. It was devastating, and this is just coming from my brother, from the death of my brother. In my mother's side, my mother is still in grief 3 years on. It happened April time, and obviously we're in April now, and I received a phone call from her, and I sort of talked to her about it. I sort of phoned her about it, and she is still in grief 3 years on. She still doesn't know how to function on those days, and it still gets to her that her boy is gone. I'm from a family of 3 brothers and sisters, and we all sort of are there together, but we all miss him every day. I mean, for my mother, she lost a son. I can never understand how that was for her, and genuinely I feel that, personally, it's something that I will never understand. I hope that my kids never have to go through this, and if they do, they'd have the sort of trust in me to actually talk to me about it. I know for my brother it was a societal thing, you've got to remain strong, etc, etc. So yeah, when Riceman sort of brought up this video, for me personally, it struck really, really hard that somebody would joke about this, that somebody would put their mother through that level of emotional turmoil, and I just feel that personally it's absolutely really, really disrespectful what he's actually done, and I just feel that personally that's sort of, I feel there's something that he shouldn't be doing. I mean, for me, I'm a very upbeat person. I joke about everything. I mean, there's pretty much nothing that's off the cards for me. It's why I watch like Leafy, Pyrocynical, I watch the rant videos, blah 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 blah. For Christ's sakes, I go on 4chan, that sort of stuff. So I'm a sick, twisted puppy personally. But when you sort of joke about this sort of stuff, you really don't understand the effect it has on people when they see it. I mean, personally for me, a couple of years on, I'm sort of hardened to it, but watching somebody make fun of something that has affected both me and my family so deeply is really, really, really horrible. And I just hope that, you know, I can bring and shed a little bit of light on this. So yeah, the one thing that struck me, and I've tried to contact Paracynical, and I'll also try and get into contact with Leafy about this because I want to get the most impartial sort of opinion. I'm not hating on Riceman in any way, shape or form. I think that he doesn't understand the sort of impact of this video, and I hope that in doing this video I can sort of show him or help him realize the error of his ways and not outrightly apologize for it. I mean, I say the damage is done. The damage is done, but you know, there is a way that he can redeem himself. He can actually be a really, really good YouTuber. I mean, some of his videos are funny, even though they are a little bit clickbaity. I mean, I have no disrespect for the guy. He's just trying to earn a living for himself and his mother, just like anybody else, you know? I can really appreciate that. But what I don't appreciate is how he's been monetizing these videos that critique him in order to silence the sort of critique and the sort of discussion about his videos, or gain money and revenue from said people. I mean, YouTube obviously is a place where opinions can be expressed. I mean, I'm doing mine right now. So I feel that copyright striking, sort of claiming monetization on these videos, just goes one step beyond. And I feel that personally for himself, he would be a lot better just accepting that yes, these are opinions that people have of him, and obviously he's going to sort of need to discuss that with himself. And also maybe, if he doesn't like these sort of opinions, maybe amend his content so that, you know, he can be a better YouTuber. Yeah, personally, like I said, there's some disappointment that someone would stoop to that level and be so inconsiderate, especially when, you know, it's not just me. There are thousands of people out there who have been affected by this. I mean, I'm just speaking out as one of the people who had this happen, and I'm speaking out on probably quite a lot of people who have had this happen, who don't have the same voice that I have. So I just hope, once again, I'm not flaming on this guy, I'm not being inconsiderate, I just hope that he's more considerate in future, and hopefully this video will help him realize the error of his ways. Thank you very much. This video isn't going to be monetized, it's not for exposure or anything like that. I just want to get a video across and sort of give my opinion to somebody, and hopefully it'll help them understand personally how sort of this affects people and how that sort of grief process goes on. Thank you very much for listening, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll talk to you some other time.